So, ladies and gentlemen, oh, the glare is kind of bad there. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the Horseman channel today. I've got my beautiful wife, or my assistant right here.
I think your camera's dirty.
My camera's dirty, she says. Let's see.
Definitely cut it at this point.
Okay, so this is take 2, and I got my lovely assistant here. We're a little dirty and we're all red and hot and bothered. Anyways, long story short, guys, the blower belt was starting to fray, and we are in the process of replacing it. And she sees it. She sees it. She sees the fray. So let's take a look. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to know how to replace a blower belt, I'll try to send some pictures maybe in the video. Man, I really should have, I guess I should have showed you guys kind of after. Anyways, this guy right here was wrapped, was under here and wrapped around this guy right here. And really that's kind of it at the moment. But it goes down. It does a lot of loops. You guys can actually look up the schematic for this online. I just took a bunch of pictures. But yes, we were replacing it because it started to fray, and before it snapped and hurt things, I wanted to just go ahead and replace it. You can see it right here. It was starting to fray pretty good. It ended up being like an 8-rib belt instead of a 10-rib after a while there. I was like, I ain't chancing that. So we're gonna replace it. My lovely assistant here is getting her hands dirty with her Shelby. And we're going from there. So let's get this off and yeah. Well, everybody, it's off. We got her off. She's over here on the ground. I ended up cutting it. If you guys know in the comments, I think I'm gonna have to take the serpentine belt. You can't see it on the flashlight anymore, but I think I'm gonna have to take the serpentine belt, which is actually in front of this belt, and why I had to cut it to get it off. I think I'm gonna have to take the serpentine belt off to put the new one on, and then put the serpentine belt back on. So I don't know. I'm gonna do some research. First of all, get the belt, kind of go from there, and keep you guys posted. All right. Anything else, Ms. Mo? No? No. Okay. I will keep you up to date. All right, gentlemen, just to give you guys an idea, the supercharger pulley actually goes behind the serpentine. For those who do not know, this might be common knowledge for some of you, but my first time doing this. So obviously the serpentine belt had to come off. The supercharger pulley goes behind it. As you can see down there, that crank, you can see it right there, it has a first slot in the front and a slot in the back. Well, the supercharger pulley, or belt, sorry, I've been saying pulley, belt goes on the back and wraps through a tensioner in here, but it has to get behind this thing, and then it goes straight down. So it is a lot of routing, and it's a pretty big headache, but we are slowly, hopefully, whittling away at it and going from there. So honestly, this is probably the hardest part. Once we get to the upper pulleys with the belt, it should be a little better, but this one starting off right there behind that tensioner is right there. You can see in there, that's the problem child right now. So we'll get it. Sorry for the poor lighting or whatever. We're all getting dirty and having fun. But so here, I'm gonna flip the camera so you can kind of see. So, and I'll try to get a diagram and draw it out on paper and show you guys that way too, but really what you want to do is this tensioner down here, is that pulley right there is going to be the last one you do. You're actually going to go around, start here, you're going to come down, and you're going to separate. You're going to come around here, you see where it goes, the green. It's going to go all the way around, and over here, right down in there, it's going to come around that, and you're going to go around the crank pulley, and the very last thing you're gonna do, if I can get my camera down in here, is, well, very last thing you're gonna do is down there where it goes from the crank to that pull, it's hard, to that pulley there, is you will then pull up and come up on the back side of that tensioner. And I'll kind of show you on paper too, it'll be a better way. But what do you think, Pat?
Not too bad.
Not too bad once we figured it out, right? Yeah. Like it just took some finesse and figuring it out. Really, because we were fighting it at first, trying to double stuff the belt behind that tensioner, and it wasn't working until we finally kind of came to the conclusion that we had to do that as the last thing. Yeah. And once we did that, it was pretty good. And we'll draw it out on paper and I'll kind of show you there, but it's really not that bad, guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and put on the serpentine belt because you had to take that off first, obviously, before you can get to the supercharger belt. So we're gonna get that put on and go for once. Honestly, if you just follow the diagram in online, it's pretty easy. Type in 2013 Shelby belt routing diagram, and it comes right up. So not too bad. I thought it was gonna be way worse, but here we go. You have to have your foot on the brake and clutch all the way in. Yeah, boys, we did it. You did it, Pat. Say hi to the camera. Say you did it. Woo. Okay, so everybody, I told you I'd try to get a diagram pulled up for you to kind of see how we went about doing this. Now, for the supercharger belt, you'll see here it's obviously the red one, and oops, the phone went off. Let's see if we can go back. There we go. Okay, so the key of what I learned is you want to go around all the outside first. Go around everything outside and then get everything lined up except for right there on the ratchet one, the actual one that puts tension. You just do that one last. And what you're going to do is, let me see if I can, okay, so you're going to come up under it. Whoop. Not over it, but under it. And you're gonna crank, you're gonna start it. What you're gonna do first is, sorry, no, it keeps shutting off on you. What you'll do first is you'll slide it up under it, and then you'll have a ratchet to crank down and then to pull it over the top right there. And once you do that, it's super simple, but that was the struggle I came with. So I did every pulley first, or came around all the outside stuff and saved that last one right there for last. And you go up under it from the bottom, under, and then over to get it to go. So that's my somewhat how to do. It's better to show you this diagram than to try and show you on the car because it just wasn't happening. So, but anyways, yeah, you'll obviously have to take off the serpentine belt. Will have to be all off and everything while you're doing this, and then go from there. But, or if I think that's, yes, because I think it's behind it, yeah. But anyways, that's how I went and did it. I know this was kind of we've been waiting for this video to come out, but I had a lot of stuff I was doing, so yeah. But anyways, that is that. I hope that was somewhat informative for you, but we'll go from there, and we got a lot of cool footage coming up, guys, in these next videos, so stay tuned as always. Thank you for watching. Smash that like, that subscribe if this was at all helpful. I'm not a pro by any means, but I try to help out when I can. So, yes, enjoy, as always, what's in your stables. I'll catch you in the next video.